on Heart to Heart, live from the Rose Bowl. We have the number 8 contender for the Jewish champion of the world.
Still can't believe you're using number 8.
Zach, my favorite Jew.
All right, at least I get that.
Lewin, how you doing, big buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great,
It's
Zach.
a beautiful day.
We're live from the Rose Bowl. There it is, way over there in the background. Gang, gang, gang. Fight on for USC. Our men fight on for victory. You know, just another beautiful day in Pasadena, California, right?
A little chilly, though. Crisp breeze for sure.
Crisp breeze for sure. I would say it's definitely a breeze. It rained all day yesterday.
Yeah. Did it rain in Pasadena?
Yeah, it fucking poured
in Long Beach.
Really, too? Long Beach, too? Yeah. California's kind of beautiful. I mean, coronavirus California is beautiful, too, you know? You got to find beauty everywhere, don't you agree?
I do agree, man. It's a good way to look at things.
So I want to start off on a more serious note, you know? Who the fuck are you? And how do we know each other?
All right. Well, my name is Zach. I'm from Sacramento, California.
Sacramento. Put up
Born
the
and
gang
raised.
signs.
No.
And I got the Drake on, the Hotline Bling dance with the Louis. Can you see the Louis?
Almost. Stand up on the bench, let them know.
Show the Louis.
But, and then I went to college in Reno, straight out of high school, and that's where we met. So we rushed the same fraternity, and
Jewish fraternity for life,
yeah,
man.
we were just boys. Sun never sets on API, but we were just boys.
The sun never sets on A-Pod.
We were boys from the jump, and like our pledge class was really small, and they were all like God bless them all, but
God bless them all, but they were some fucking weirdos, bro. Shout out Isidore
they
Sherman.
were unique. They were unique.
They were unique.
And
unique.
shout out Trevor Hockman too. That's
yeah,
my
whatever.
guy.
Trevor was a smart guy.
And he was just hilarious.
He was hilarious. Basically, there was this one kid. His name was Isidore Sherman. And apparently, the way we met this guy was he told us that he worked for a pedophile. Remember that?
Oh,
He told us he did, like, computer stuff for a pedophile.
He was also an extra in Zodiac.
He was an extra in Zodiac. He was stocky. He was
shaved his whole
he shaved
front
his
and back.
shaved everything. You know, he was probably about 6 feet tall, nicely built, very, very interesting man. And he would just tell us that he worked for a pedophile. We're like, did he ever touch you? And he was like, nope. We're like, are you sure? He's like, nope, never touched by the pedophile, but he was a pedophile. And then we said, how'd you find out he was a pedophile?
How'd you know he was a
How'd you know he was a pedophile? I was like, well, I was doing some work on his computer and I found a bunch of kiddie porn. And we're like, did you fucking report it? And he goes, nope. It was so weird.
Remember the first night too that we drank and he blacked out.
Oh my gosh.
Everywhere.
This kid threw up everywhere.
And we all did our share of throwing up. I don't want to throw him under the bus, but first night he was like, I'm gonna show him what I got. Isidore's time to shine, baby.
Isidore's time to shine.
And by 9 p.m. he was just like exploding.
And no one forced us to drink. We did it by our own freedom of volition.
Pompeii, dude.
It was fucking Pompeii, and this motherfucker threw up everywhere. If you've ever been in a fraternity, there's always that guy.
Yeah.
There's always that guy, and he was that guy. Literally that guy. Who first night just yakking everywhere. So before we get into the mean, dark depths of A-Pie, the sun never sets on A-Pie, I want to talk about you a little bit. Tell me about your background and how you're such a strong guy up in the brain.
I mean, I don't know, it feels like bragging about myself, but
It's not bragging, but on Heart to Heart here, Zach, we like to describe about who we are and what we came from and is why is the way we are. Because you go.
I'll go. I guess if I summarize it, I come from like a single parent house.
Okay.
And I've lived in like 11 different places, all in Sacramento. Not like we're moving to New York or wherever the fuck it is.
Yeah, just small.
Can I curse on this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. But yeah, just like apartments, houses, always renting and
So you were a nomad.
Yeah.
A Jewish nomad.
Yeah.
You were raised by your mom?
Yeah, just my mom.
What happened with your father, if you don't mind me asking?
So I never told you the story.
Not really.
Oh, I'll give you like the actual story.
Okay, give it to me.
So,
give it to us, actually. Give the fans of Heart to Heart. They want to know.
It's hard because I don't know if I should look in the camera or look at you.
No, look in the camera.
Those glasses are kind of drawing me in.
Yeah, they attract people.
But so up until I was 13 years old, I would see my dad like once, maybe twice every couple of months. So I'll go and hang out. Oh, I should start with saying that my dad cheated on his family with my mom. and had me.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I was put at a disadvantage from the start.
Are you an only child?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was just me. But for the first 13 years of my life, he was like talking to me every now and again, and like we would go out and like he would take me out to lunch and stuff. And I just thought that was normal because like you want to think things are normal even when they're not. You know, like everyone wants to just be normal and like have a normal family.
You were a little kid, so you didn't necessarily put two and two together.
I didn't have the cognition to be able to be like, this is weird. Why don't I ever see my mom and dad?
What my dad might be up to no good.
Yeah,
right? You weren't old enough to realize.
But he worked at a golf course, so he would make me golf every time we hung out, and I fucking hated golf. Like I don't like golf. I think golf courses are a tremendous waste of space as a skill.
I love golf, as you know. Golf is so fucking easy. All you gotta do is look at the ball and hit it.
Yeah, well, I wasn't that good at golf, so maybe that's why. But so my dad worked at the golf course, so that was just like alibi. He would just probably tell his family, "Hey, I'm going to work," and then he would fucking hang out with me. But anyhow, when I was 13, apparently my mom was calling him and was like, "You need to hang out with your son. You need to see your son more." Sorry, I'll remember. You need to see your son more. And one of those calls, his wife picked up the phone. Like
your dad's wife?
Yes, my dad's wife.
So your dad had a wife. So your dad
complete double life. Complete
double life, like The Change Up. You ever see the movie The Change Up?
I know, with Jason Bateman and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, exactly right. So what the story that Zach, well, not the story, the truth of the matter of the fact is Zach's father had a kid with Zach's mom, which was Zach, and then also had another wife and another family.
Two kids.
Like
a whole ass family.
So you had two half brothers.
I have a half brother and a half sister. I don't know their name. I don't know really.
You don't know anything about them
because obviously, like, I never went to his house. I never like went around his family because like I was a secret for 13 years. I was a secret.
Let me ask you this question: did your mother know about your father's second life?
Yeah, and I mean, at least this is what she tells me. But she told me that she, during their relationship, was like, "I want a kid. I'm gonna stop taking birth control or whatever it was," and she gave him a chance to be like, "I'm out," to like bounce out. And he was like, "No, I'm gonna stay." And so she like warned him, I guess. I mean, I can't really complain. I got born. I mean, I'm happy I'm alive.
Happy you met me. I'm happy I met him too. So that was your life up until you were 13, and you were saying one day your mom was just calling you.
Yeah, just chirping at my dad like, "You have to see your son," because I guess it had been a while. I'm not sure how long it had been. I don't really remember this too well. I've kind of like blacked out a lot of it from my memory. Yeah, and I've had to like walk it back to like remember. You
experienced a lot of trauma. You know, a lot of trauma as a child, and sometimes as human beings, we don't like to carry our trauma with us.
No,
right? We like to forget our traumas.
It's a self-defense mechanism.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, but so obviously because his real wife picked up, shit hit the fan. And so I get a call from my dad. He's like, "Hey."
Wait. Before you say that, what do you mean his real wife picked up?
Like picked up his cell phone. Like heard my mom was calling his cell phone.
Oh.
And I guess his wife just saw it ringing and picked up. Was like, "Hello," and I'm not certain on the details, but
shit hit the fan.
Shit hit the fan. Right. And so he calls me and he goes, "Hey, son," or whatever. Can we go sit down and like have a meal or something? And I was like, "Fuck yeah, Dad! I haven't seen you in like 3 months. Like, let's fucking go."
Yeah, like I'm so excited to see my dad.
Dude, I was not ready to be fucking blindsided, dude. I was so excited to see my dad. So fucked up. But
so fucked up.
It gets worse. It gets worse.
Okay, I want to hear. I'm excited.
The restaurant he chooses, McDonald's, baby.
Your dad hasn't seen his son in 3 months.
I told you, it gets worse. It gets worse. And so, I get there first because I live about a mile away, so I just walk there. Excitement. I'm a kid.
Yeah, you're a 13-year-old walking to see your dad.
I'm waiting for my dad, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I haven't seen him in so long. And he pulls up, I see his car, and I run out to greet him. In his passenger seat is this lady, and I'm like, "Hi, my name is Zach." And he goes, "This is my wife, so-and-so." And I didn't make the connection, because I had always my whole life joked about, I bet I'm like a bastard or whatever, like my dad cheated on someone with my mom, and just like jokingly.
Yeah.
So I didn't really make the connection when he was like, "This is my wife." And so I went like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you." She would not shake my hand. She would not look at me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What kind of trauma is that?
Cold shouldering me. And so I was like, okay, whatever.
Your stepmom. I mean, is it your stepmom?
I don't even know her name.
I don't really know what she is, but she's
just a minor character in the story.
That's a minor character in the story, yes.
But so I'm like, all right, fuck this bitch. Dad, let's go eat.
Fuck that bitch, Dad. Let's go eat.
And so we went in, ordered our food, sat down. We start eating. And he pretty much just lays it on me like, I can't see you anymore. I can't talk to you anymore. Keep in mind, I want you guys to keep in mind that we are in the back of a McDonald's. There are kids playing in like the play structure, like 2 feet to our right.
Kids enjoying their parents
Right.
and having a good relationship with their fathers, and fathers doing the best they can do for their sons.
And it's like, it's the worst scenario. Like everything's sticky. The food is not fresh.
He's at fucking McDonald's,
Like,
and
this
his Zach is 13 years old at fucking McDonald's, and his dad is telling him that he's basically never gonna see him.
Like
again.
I can see the bottom. I can see rock bottom. Like
Yeah.
it's coming at me. Like
You're looking
I'm
down.
approaching. I'm approaching rock bottom.
You're looking down, and you're like, ah, shit. Here it goes.
But so he tells me he can't see me. His mom, or my mom, has to like stop calling him. And one thing that I couldn't forgive myself for a long time was he was kind of giving it to my mom, like ripping into her, and I didn't say anything. Obviously, because I was like so shocked about it, and like I was also 13 years old. But he was like talking about how my mom needs to leave him alone. She can't keep calling, and just being a dick.
Just being a dick. Did you ever stand up to him?
No, I was 13 years old, and like my dad was telling me he wasn't gonna see me anymore, so I was just kind of in shock, you know.
Yeah.
And here's where it gets even worse. We're still going down.
We're still going down.
So he lays all this shit on me and then just leaves. So I have to walk back home. Like he doesn't even give me a ride
What a
home.
fucking scumbag!
Like, I have to-
What in the bumbo clot? What in the bumbo clot? No. What in the bumbo clot is wrong with this guy?
But I have to walk home, and this is where like my memory totally blanks out. Apparently, I went home and like, unfortunately, like I yelled at my mom. I was like, "This is your fault. Like, why are you doing this?"
You were
Yeah,
13 years old.
It was a lot to deal with at one time. And obviously,
no
like,
13-year-old should have to deal with that.
But I don't remember that at all. And then I went to my friend Brandon's house, who also like had a similar thing happen to him, and I guess we just hung out the rest of the day, and I tried to forget about it. But yeah, man, that like set the course for like the rest of my life.
But do you think that made you a stronger person?
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
Right?
Especially just because like how low I got from it. Like a lot of what happened with my dad kind of ruled my life up until like I went to therapy and started to like really hash it out.
Yeah.
But getting like super low like that is the best way to learn about yourself.
Yeah, it's the best way to learn about
iron
yourself.
sharpens iron.
Iron
baby.
does sharpen iron, and the reason why Zach is so strong in head and so loyal, right, is because you had trauma when you were a kid and you had your loyalty severed, right? You were up until you were 13 years old, you were loyal to your dad. This is your dad. This is your dad.
Yeah.
And one day, all of a sudden, he says, basically, I ain't your fucking father anymore. I'm not fucking gonna see you. I'm not gonna do my duties as a dad. So you, as a 13-year-old kid, had to process that all. And as you grew up in life,
I didn't process it. I just compartmentalized it, and I was like, that motherfucker left, fuck him. And I just put it away in a box. And for a long time, I couldn't, like, all my relationships were shitty. Like, my relationships with women were horrible. Like, I had really bad trust issues. I wouldn't let anybody get close to me. But then, thank God, therapy came around. And
thank God therapy came around. So a little bit about me, Zach, is I actually had a verbally abusive stepdad. Right, my mom got into a relationship with a guy. I say he who shall not be named. I call him Voldemort because when I was little, he would verbally abuse me and try to be my dad. But I had a great father. Shout out, Mr. Mitch.
Shout out, Mr. Mitch.
Shout out, Mr. Mitch Roberts, the best dad any son could ask for. A mensch, a true tzaddik. Tzaddik is Hebrew for righteous man. My dad is a true tzaddik.
Mine's not.
Zach's dad is not a tzaddik, but thank God he's got me, this sugar daddy over here.
Oh yeah, he gave me a turkey sandwich before we came out here. Wait for my lunch, baby.
I fed him. Jews take care of Jews. So my stepdad would verbally abuse me, and I kind of saw him doing that to my mother.
Yeah.
And my two older brothers weren't around, so I felt my Menachem Leib, Menachem means comfort, my Leib, my heart, decided that I had to be her protector. So, crazy fucking story. One day, him and my mom are like kind of getting entangled, and I came home from school and I needed my mother's help with my homework. And I start saying, Mom, I need help with my homework. And then I yelled at her, and he says, don't yell at your mom like that. And I say,
who the fuck are you,
exactly,
dude?
This is what I said. I said, who the fuck are you? And he's like, don't talk to your mom like that. I said, she's my mom. I'll talk to her however I want. And he said, go to your room. And I say, absolutely the fuck not. I need my mom.
Walk that back, buddy. Walk that back.
I need my mom's help. And he said, go to your room right now. And I looked at my mom. I said, Mom, he's like, and my mom's like, just go to your room. I'll be there in a second. And he says, I'm going to go over there and talk to you. And I said to him, I swear to God. He says to me, I'm going to come up to your room and talk to you. And I said, do not come in my room. It's my fucking room, bro. He's like, I'm coming. So I run up to my room. I'm 12, 13 years old. I lock the door. And he's standing outside, and I pick up my baseball bat like this.
Oh, man.
My baseball bat. And I'm
Rest in peace, Hank Aaron.
Rest. Let's say a quick prayer. Rest in paradise for Hank Aaron, a wonderful baseball player who taught me so much about life, an amazing African-American athlete.
And how to do it the right way.
And how to do it the right way. A wonderful black athlete who changed the world. Amen. So my stepdad is attempting to picklock my door, and I'm standing there with the baseball bat, and I'm yelling. I say, if you walk into this room, I'm swinging. And he unlocks the door, and I'm standing there like this. I say, and I cock my arms back. I say, take one more step. I dare you. I fucking dare you. What do you think he did?
He did not take a single step.
No, he did not. No, she said she had no nipples.
He didn't want to get his block set 4 or 5 to center, baby.
He didn't want to get his block set. So basically, but imagine the trauma that is for a child.
Yeah,
you know?
You're not supposed to have a verbal conversation with that
with
guy.
the fucking Voldemort.
Especially with a bat.
With Voldemort, bro.
That's violence.
But you know what it did, Zach? It made me a strong man.
Yeah.
It made me a person to know who to love and who not to love. My mother, God bless her heart, a wonderful fucking woman, and I bear no ill will for anything that she put me through because she's a woman, you know? A woman needs love. And a woman needs love, bro.
Everybody needs love, bro.
Everybody needs a little love. And this guy, I need love. This guy, this Voldemort, he was just treating me wrong. So I stood up for myself. But because I did that because he wasn't my real dad, and I knew how a real dad should act.
Yeah.
Because if I talked to my mom the wrong way in front of my real dad, Mr. Mitch says, Mr. Roberts, he says, honey, Menachem, that's not the way to talk to your mother. And I say, okay, you're right. I'm sorry, Mom. But this guy just started yelling at me. And what happens when you're not someone's father and you yell at a 13-year-old? The 13-year-old gets aggressive.
You got way too much fucking testosterone.
Way too much testosterone up in me for some random motherfucker. He was just another one of my mom's boyfriends, bro. Like, fuck off, dude. I have a real dad. I know what it's like. But the point of that story, Zach, is to let you know that you don't have to hold it against yourself.
Oh, I don't anymore. But I did for a long time.
Right? But you don't have to hold it against yourself for not standing up for your mom, you know?
Yeah.
You weren't in the right position. You had loyalty to your real father. I had no loyalty to this guy.
Right.
So when he told me what to do, I gave him the bird. I said, fuck you. Who the hell are you?
Yeah. It's just like so long you're indoctrinated with the idea of this is what a dad's supposed to do. He's supposed to love you. And honestly, you feel like a kinship to your parents because they're your biological parents. So
you have their DNA.
Yeah, you're not expecting that to happen or for you to have to be like, fuck you. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like I wasn't trying to run a fade with my dad.
You hear what this guy said? I wasn't trying to run a fade with my dad.
I just wanted to enjoy like my McDouble or whatever.
Have you ever talked to him post?
No, I haven't. I've thought about it recently too, just because if the situation presented itself, it would have to be a situation where either I benefit from it or I lose no ground. It's still exactly where I am.
Yeah, because you're a grown-ass man.
Yeah, and I'm finally at a point where, like, if I hollered at him and, like, he was like, no, I don't want to talk to you, I'd be like, okay, fair enough.
Holla at me, Jungle Beats.
Yeah, I would just continue on with my life.
Holla at me, Jungle Beats.
But I don't know, because he's old dude. So
yeah, he probably
I kind of want to, like, talk to him before he dies. Because I feel like that's a whole nother like box of trauma. Though.
Yeah.
Like, if he dies, I find out he dies. My mom told me the most fucked up thing when I was like a few years ago. She was like, yeah, every time I read the newspaper, like I'll go to the Starbucks and read the newspaper. I look at the obituaries in the back just to see if your dad died.
Ooh.
And I was like, damn.
Ooh, damn, son.
I'm gonna have to take a day with this one.
I'm gonna have to take a day with that one, Mom. You know what I would have said if my mom would tell me that some. When my mom tells me something that I don't need to hear when I was little, I would say, come on, man. Like, I don't need to be hearing. I developed these natural mechanisms, these natural self-defense mechanisms because of my stepdad.
Yeah.
Right?
You just comedy a lot, too. You joke a lot.
All I do is make funny jokes because I dealt with this Voldemort, this guy who would verbally abuse me for so long. So in my life, right, to transition a little bit, when people would call me a stupid fucking Jew, I'd be like, fuck you, I am a stupid fucking Jew.
Yeah. Also,
but I'm pretty smart. You can't fucking hurt. What are you gonna do?
When you've been through the fire, everything else is so much more inconsequential.
So much fucking more. Now, Zach, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
What's your favorite sex position?
Oh, that's a great transition. I mean, I would have to go with. I like doggy style a lot.
Doggy
probably.
style? Ooh, that's a classic answer.
Yeah, I feel like it is a classic good answer too. Like I like to get real nasty with it. You know?
Get real nasty with it. You like eating these girls out?
Yeah, that's I don't like to have sex without doing that. I mean, because like sex is a mutual thing.
Yeah, it's a mutual
I
thing.
get
You
a
got
lot of pleasure from her getting pleasure.
Yeah, we definitely respect women on this podcast, 100%. Now that is a really good question, Menachem. What is my favorite sex position? So you want to hit this?
Yeah, sure.
My favorite sex position? Actually, you know what? I think it's reverse cowgirl.
You like to get rode?
I like to get rode, but I like to have a mirror so I can look.
Oh, that's nice.
It's always nice.
Mirrors are terrific.
Mirrors during sex are terrific.
I think it's doggy style for me, and like not any of those positions, just because in every sexual encounter I've ever had, I mean, like you kind of like look at me, like the tattoos, the beard, and stuff. Like I've always been the dominant one. I've never really been the submissive one in sexual situations, and I like it that way.
Which one do you think I am, the dominant or the submissive one?
Dude, you are just laying back and you're the one getting fucked, buddy.
I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here.
Yeah, do your worst.
Hey, I do love eating girls out, and I'm very good at it because
You should yell that louder for the people in the park.
there's nobody around. I am very good at it because my mom told me you always got to take care of the girls first. Shout out Mrs. Roberts.
Shout out Mrs. Roberts.
My mom put very good ideals into me, but like, you know, sometimes I just lay back and, you know, sometimes girls like doing the
See, I'm an
reverse cowgirl.
empath, bro. I'm an empath, so I gotta make sure she's having. If she's not having a good time,
I'm like, I'll
I
fuck
hate
the
it.
shit out of her.
I
You
hate
know, I'll do some traditional and fuck the shit out of her. But you know,
True.
what do you call it? I just
Missionary?
I just call it traditional. It's just
Yeah,
a-
I guess
just a
traditional is better than missionary.
Yeah,
But
it's
missionary's tight too, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
missionary's tight as hell.
legs over the shoulders.
Yeah.
face to
Oh,
face,
legs over the shoulder, face to face. You
talking
can
a little
see 'em.
shit.
Oh yeah, talking a little shit talk. But you know, I love just a girl getting on top of me and me just sitting there relaxing.
Yeah.
But my favorite like type of sex is bending a girl over in the shower.
Really?
There's nothing
Because
like,
water is a poor lubricant, buddy.
water is a poor lubricant, but there's nothing like bending a girl over in the shower. At least in my personal humble opinion.
That's a lot of work.
It's not too much work. You don't
See-
like showering with girls?
No, I love showering with a girl, but usually it's like after sex, just go take a shower
No, so I have the sex and then we go take a shower.
and then sex. and
Yeah. So I got very lucky in life, Zach. My mother let me have sex in her house. And the reason how is
stuff. I did.
the reason how is one day I tell my mom I'm going to the mall with my ex-girlfriend. And we're gone for like 4 hours. And I come home, my mom says, "Where the fuck have you been?" And I say, "The mall, Mom." And she's like, "Did you fuck her? In the mall?" I was like, "Nope." She's like, "What about her car?" I said, yup. She's like, "You lied to me." I was like, "No, I didn't."
Did you fuck her in a mall?
Nope.
Nope.
You asked
Did
me.
you fuck her in a car?
Yup, Draymond Green style. My mom asked me if I fucked her in the mall, and the answer was no. I didn't fuck her in the mall. I just might
Outside of the mall.
have potentially fucked my ex-girlfriend in the parking lot outside the mall.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a lie.
Usually, those parking lots are private property as well. Like, you have to pay for it and stuff, not contracted with the mall. So you weren't lying.
No, I was not lying. And then my mom says to me, "Menachem, bring these girls home. Don't let me hear shit. But I ain't trying to pick you up from fucking jail because you're a dumbass decided to have sex in the back of a car." Shout out Mrs. Roberts.
Car sex is also trash.
It's trash.
It's
bro.
not fun.
It's
There's nothing like
trash.
hold on to. I mean, there's only really one position you can do, and that's cowgirl.
No. Sometimes you could do some doggy style in the car, depending on the back seat.
Yeah, but it's just like I'm not a gymnast, bro. I'm not trying to stretch like that.
But I got loose hips, bro. You gotta shake out your hips sometimes.
Just right before. Do
Yeah.
the helicopter.
Do the Dak Prescott. The Dak Prescott.
You look like you're doing the truffle shuffle.
No, I'm doing the Dak Prescott. I have very loose hips. Shout out God for my loose hips.
But my mom was a little different. She was obviously, I got to a point where I was bringing girls home, and she was like, "Just please don't disrespect me and like have sex with women in the house." And I was like, "Okay, Mom." And I was doing it though, but she caught me a couple times. This one girl I dated.
Look at the back of my pants, bro. They're set in fucking dirt, dude. It's okay.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Tell me about this one girl you dated.
But the first time we hooked up was on my birthday. I think it was my 19th birthday or my 20th. You were 19 or 20?
You were in college on your 19th birthday.
Oh, so it was my 20th. Oh, we drank Everclear on my 19th birthday. That's why I don't remember.
We'll get to the Everclear story.
But my 20th birthday, and she was working at the restaurant that my family was having dinner at, and so I went back home with her, and like we started hooking up, and all of a sudden I hear a knock on the door,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, this is not good. And so I tried to get my clothes on, flip and tuck, you know.
Yeah.
And so I look at mom and she's like, she told me that she heard and she was like, this is not cool. Like, she needs to go. And I was like,
Where was the girl?
in my bed.
Did your mom see her?
No.
Oh,
But
thank
she knew she
God.
was there. And we ended up dating for like 5 or 6 months after that. And that was the start of our relationship.
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
I was. How old are you? Your freshman year of high school? 14?
I was 13.
Yeah, I did a lot of stuff before I lost my virginity, weirdly enough. Like, I got head for the first time when I was 11.
What the fuck? Tell me that story.
It was actually from a Jewish girl, and
Were
no
you-
one believes this story.
Were you
because
in
it
the
sounds
5th grade?
unbelievable.
Were you in the 5th grade?
I was going in 6th grade.
I was going in 6th grade. That's some legend shit right there. He got a blowjob in the 6th grade.
All right.
Or going, this is probably the summer going into 6th grade.
So it was a girl from Jewish camp, which is like right away when I say that, people are like, bullshit.
Bullshit.
Summer camp story, fuck you. No, it's like I don't care if you believe me or not. She's a real person.
The one thing my fans of Heart to Heart should know about Zach, he is not a liar.
Thank you.
He tells the MS. MS means truth in Hebrew.
Yeah.
He only tells the truth.
I don't. Yeah. So I meet her at summer camp, and we've been going to the same summer camp for like a couple years now, and she was actually my first kiss. Oh, bro, that's fucked up. It went from first kiss to like months later a BJ. That's a fucking roller coaster, and just going straight up. But
I need some sunglasses.
you gotta get some transitions.
Yeah,
on those
yeah,
bad
some
boys.
bifocals on these pussies.
But after that summer,
I look good in these glasses. Damn.
one of our homies is having a bat mitzvah.
A bar mitzvah?
A bat mitzvah.
Oh, it was a girl.
It was a girl. It was her
Okay.
friend.
So she was 12.
No, she was 13. She was 7th grade going into 8th grade. So she's 2 years older than me.
Damn.
And I guess she was horny as hell because I probably did not look as cute as I look when I was fucking on the I had some fucking trucker chubby cheeks, boy.
Like mine right now.
Yeah, exactly like yours. But you rock them well with the facial hair.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You gotta rock them.
But we go to the bar mitzvah party and it's in San Francisco, and she has
Shout
rented
out the
this,
Rose
like-
Bowl. Just in case you forgot where we were, we're at the Rose Bowl.
She has rented out like this golf club, like a resort. And one of her friends comes up to me, the girl I ended up hooking up with, was like, I don't want to say her name, but
Beep.
she and says, beep, really wants to hook up with you, and I'm like, all right,
We'll call her Mila, like Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis, okay. I'm 11, so I'm really like anxious about it. But if I say no, I'm a bitch. You know?
You
So-
can't be a bitch. Can't be a bitch.
I'm
Can't be
like-
soft.
I'm like, all right, sure.
Can't be soft.
So we walk down to like the golf course is across the street from the resort.
So you and Mila
Yeah.
are at a resort for a girl's bat mitzvah. Let's
Yep.
lay the scene.
Mhm.
And you're walking down to the golf course.
Yes, it's like down some stairs and right across the street, and it starts with a
Do
putting
you
green.
recall what city you were in?
It was San Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I love San Francisco. I hate the laws there, but
San Francisco's tight. I love it.
the city's
My
super
cousins
tight.
live there. But so we walk down to the putting green and we just start like kissing and whatnot. Long story short,
Wait.
we
Were you guys standing up when you were kissing?
no, laying down on the wet ass putting green. Bro.
Wait. Who was on top?
She was. She was 2 years older than me, bro. I was just
Time out. So you were 11 years old, lying down with a girl on the putting green.
yeah.
Making out with a 13-year-old.
Yes, I was.
That's so funny. That's so fucking funny.
She's a little lioness, bro. She was fucking
A
attacking me
little
too.
lioness, like Amanda Nunes lioness
Yeah.
type.
No, not quite that.
She wasn't buff
She's a
like
little more
that.
feminine. But so we're making out for hella long.
Amanda Nunes.
And obviously, like,
lioness.
nothing's really happening because I don't know what to do.
Yeah, you're
Like,
11.
I just had my first kiss like 2 months ago.
But you watch porn though.
Not as I wasn't as versed in it as I am now. Bro.
Oh, as I am now.
I was like a Alexis Texas, like Asa Akira at that point. Like I wasn't getting really into porn, you know. Like
So no Alexis Texas shit yet.
oh yeah, maybe
Maybe a couple times.
just like the Mount Rushmore of like porn stars. You know?
Okay,
That-
yeah.
I was barely cracking into that,
Okay.
so I didn't really know what to do. And also, I was hella nervous. Like,
I'm more of an X videos guy, by the way.
I'm a RedTube guy.
Loyal
to my soil.
Yeah, loyal to my X videos.
But we end up like right by the pro shop where there's benches, and she starts like unbuckling my belt. I'm like, okay. Like, again, same thought. Like, I could stop this, and I kind of want to, but
I
don't be a
can't.
bitch.
But I
Don't
can't.
be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch.
And so she starts like doing it, and I straight up like it tickles, bro. Like I start like twitching.
Were you laughing?
I was stifling it. I was like holding on to laughter, and Yeah, so that's how it happened. Then my mom picked me up, and I fucking went home.
tell me what the fuck was going through your mind after you just got your dick sucked for the first time at 11, sitting next to your mother.
Dude, I was fucking in a different universe, buddy. I was like, holy shit. Is this what the rest of my life is gonna be like? This is tight.
This is tight. Did you ever tell your mom?
No. Fuck no, dude. There's so much stuff. And once we get into like A pie stuff, bro, there's so much. My mom knows nothing about all that stuff, bro.
So I am pretty open with my mother, and
I can't be. My mama doesn't know, doesn't hurt her.
Yeah, so I'm kind of the opposite. I tell my mother literally everything, probably too much. So I lost my virginity at 15 years old to an 18-year-old, which is statutory rape, right? But I loved it. It was not statutory rape, but legally, it was kind of statutory rape. So I'm 15 years old, and I go to my friend's grad party.
Yeah.
My 18-year-old, my senior friend. I was a sophomore in high school, and because I skipped a grade, I was always younger. So I just turned 15. It was May of 2015, and this wonderful, beautiful woman. Shout out her. Well, let's call her Marilyn. Marilyn texts me. She says, "What are you doing?
What's up, Peach Fuzz?
What are you doing? What's up, Peach Fuzz? What are you doing after the grad party?" And I said, "I'm gonna get super fucking stoned and eat some Fruity Pebbles," and that's exactly what I plan to do.
Hook, line, and sinker. She was like, "Oh my god, that is so sexy."
And she said, "Can I come over?" And I said, "I mean, sure."
You want to play some Xbox?
Yeah, right. I was 15 years old. Like, I did not expect this 18-year-old girl was gonna try to come and fuck me. But turns out she did. So we go to the grad party. She's there, you know, we're talking. I'm stoned as a gopher at this grad party, surrounded by parents, just being myself. She's laughing, and now looking back on it, I realized that she was really into me. But I was just stoned, having
she was
no
like touching your leg and shit.
having
but
no.
you were in another fucking universe.
I was just stoned as a gopher. I was in Jupiter, enjoying
Pebbles.
I was at a grad party, just shoving food down my throat. So and then I go home. I get a ride home from the grad party. And she says, "Are you home?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "I'm coming over." She said, I still remember the text, "I'm coming over." And I just responded.
As a woman that knows what she wants.
I just responded.
A 15-year-old boy is what she wants.
She wanted a 15-year-old boy, a 15-year-old Jewish kid, nonetheless.
It was a grad party, too. There's probably plenty of age men there. And she was like, that 15-year-old is looking good. Look at the way he eats that cake, baby.
Look at the way. Have her cake and eat it, too. So she comes over. And for my friends of Heart to Heart, for those of you who have been to my OG house, my brother used to sit on a bar stool chair and just sit in front of the TV and play Modern Warfare 2 all day long. My 20-year-old brother.
No, like, backrest or anything?
No, there was a back. It was like a bar stool with a backrest. And he would just sit there and play. So I'm sitting there, smoking his bong in the living room because my mom wasn't home. We're just taking bong rips after bong rips, eating Fruity Pebbles, doing nothing. And she knocks on the door, and I say, "Hello, Marilyn, how are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm good, how are you?" And I walk her in, and I say, "Would you like anything to drink?" And she goes,
"Very nice host. You've always been a very nice host."
Yeah, my mom taught me that. I said, "Do you want anything to drink?" And she goes,
"Oh my god,
do you have vodka?"
Where is this girl now?
I think she's in the South somewhere. I'm pretty sure she's got a boyfriend.
We need to get a checkup on her, bro.
And she goes,
She
goes, "Do you have any vodka?" And mind you, I'm 15 years old, so how the fuck would I acquire vodka? And I go,
"You're like, yeah, I have 3 bottles in my room, dude. I have a mini bar, a wet bar in my room, buddy."
I go, "Let me check the freezer, I guess. Like, that's where vodka usually is." And I open the freezer, and by the grace of God, there's a bottle of vodka.
God was like, "You're fucking tonight, buddy."
God said to me, he said, "You want a fuck a shiksa?" A shiksa, by the way, is a Gentile woman. She was a Gentile woman. Oh, woof woof. God said, "You want to fuck a shiksa? I'm going to make sure you fuck a shiksa." So by the grace of God.
Here's your Kettle One.
Get
it done, buddy.
By the grace of God, there's vodka in the freezer. And this woman grabs the vodka, takes like a 5-second pull.
Oh my God.
Just
You must
it.
have been fucking rock hard, buddy.
Dude, I wasn't. I was stoned as a motherfucker.
You're probably scared.
I had
oh
no idea
God.
what the hell was going on. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought I was in a movie, bro. I'm like, what is going on? This 18-year-old girl comes into my house, be chugging vodka, and I'm just like, okay, well, let's see where this goes from here. So she chugs the vodka like, gar, 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 puts it back in the freezer, and then we sit on the couch for a little bit, watching my brother play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and she says, the Makava Patish, the final hammer blow. She goes, "Can I see your room?" And listen to what I say. Listen to what my stoned ass says. I say, "Are you sure? It's all the way upstairs."
You're like, there's no Fruity Pebbles up there. I don't wanna go
Mind
there.
you, my ass is walking around my house just shoving Fruity Pebbles down my throat. If you've never had Fruity Pebbles and you're stoned, you're literally like the dumbest person on earth. It's the best thing ever. But I'm sober now. So she says,
Sneak that in there.
Yeah, sneak that in there. She says, can I see a room? And I say, are you sure it's upstairs? And she's like, yeah, I'm sure. So we take the walk, and I walk in front of her. I'm just sitting there eating Fruity Pebbles. And then finally, we get into my room, and she closes the door.
Oh.
So then it finally clicked in my
That's
brain.
a lioness right there.
A lioness, an Amanda Nunez type. She was built. She was thick.
So she was gonna fuck you,
Yeah,
whether you wanted to or not.
Marilyn was thick,
She's
right?
gonna put you in an armbar.
And then she throws me on the bed. The Fruity Pebbles go everywhere. I'm still holding the Fruity Pebbles.
You're upset.
The
You're
Fruity
like,
Pebbles go
"No."
everywhere. She just jumps on top of me and starts making out with me. And in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?
I don't like
What
it,
the
though.
fuck is going on? I loved it. I loved every part of it. And then she starts taking off her clothes, taking off my clothes. And then I'm like, holy shit, where's my mom? Because my mom wasn't home. And then I call my mom. I'm like, hey, Mom, what are you doing? She's like,
Like
no.
during it?
Yeah, because my mom wasn't home, so I had to know when she was coming home because we were in my house. The last thing I needed, Zach, was my mother to walk into my house,
Oh, you
and here goes this 18-year-old fucking me. So I call my mom, like, hey, Mom, what's up? How you doing? She's like, good, honey, I'll be home in 20 minutes. Make sure the house is clean. And I go,
plenty of time when you're fucking 15.
oh,
Plenty of time.
complete opposite. I go, holy shit. Okay, Mom, goodbye. And I hang up the phone. And I go to Marilyn. I'm like, Marilyn, we gotta go. And she's like, where do we have to go? I say, my mother is coming home. If she sees this, I swear to God, I'm never gonna see the daylight again.
20 minutes, dude? When I was 15 years old, you give me 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
No,
I'm
but I
back
was-
to Fruity Pebbles.
I'm back to Fruity Pebbles. But Zach, I was stoned as a gopher. So for those of you who don't know, when you're stoned, it takes forever to jerk off, like that little Dicky song. Well, you know, too high, I'm thinking of my cousin. You never heard that little Dicky song? It's called
No, I've seen
Too
the
High.
show, though.
It's called
You've seen
Too.
the show?
Oh yeah. What's it called again? Dave. It's
Yeah,
so
Dave.
fucking hilarious.
Hi, I'm Dave.
Hi, I'm Dave. Lil Dicky. Hi, I'm Dave. So bottom line is, we pack up.
I'm sober, by the way.
I tell her to put her clothes back on. She puts her clothes back on, and I say, go out to the car. Wait 1 second. And I go and I talk to my brother. I'm like, his name's Avram Baruch. We call him Avi. God bless Avi. Shout out Avi. One of my wonderful brothers. I say, Avi, I think I'm about to lose my virginity. What the fuck do I do? He hands me the bong and a condom, and he says, rip this, take this, good luck.
That's great advice.
So I take another bong rip, and then I leave my house, and we go in the back of her Jetta. Marilyn had a nice, beautiful Jetta.
Dude, women with VWs, bro. Stay away from them.
And we do the do in the back of her car. Nice little missionary style, but here's the deal. Here is a very interesting personal story. I whip out the condom, and I rip it open, and she goes, you don't need that.
Oh, no.
And I go, what? She says, I'm on birth control. And I say, really? Let me see the pill. And she goes, you don't trust me? And I said, nope, not really. Because my mom taught me, she's like, never fuck a girl
She's
without a
trying to trap
condom. She might be trying to have your babies. So I'm fully about to lose my virginity, and this girl tells me that she's on birth control, and my 15-year-old response was,
Prove it.
let me see the pill. She shows me the pill, we do the do, and the whole time, Zach, the only thing I was thinking about
was your mom.
Nope. When can I eat more Fruity Pebbles? But I was so high that I honestly don't even remember if I came or not. But I know I lasted a really, really long time, because when you have sex when you're stoned, you go forever.
Yeah,
Pretty sure she came first. Shout out the weed. God's green grass.
she comes first, then you follow the lead.
But yeah,
Shout
that
out
is
Lil
my lost my virginity story, and then it gets even better. And I come home, and my mom says, "Where the fuck have you been?" And I go, "Do you really want to know?" And she goes, "Yes, I want to know." And I say, "I just lost my virginity to an 18-year-old." And she goes, "What? That's statutory rape. I'm suing her." I say, Mom, please don't sue her. Please don't sue
I made
her.
her show me the pill. Relax.
Please don't sue her. I enjoyed it. She goes, "What's her name?" I say, "I'm not fucking telling you." She says, "Get out of my face." And then I went and I took a shower and I probably listened to I Just Had Sex like 50 times.
That's very cinematic.
Very, very
It's a lot
cinematic.
better than my first time, bro. My first time was outside on like a little kid's play structure / trampoline.
You fucked on a trampoline?
Well, it started on like a little, you know, those little tiny kids play structures like for babies. I'm talking about like the slides like this tall, very tiny.
Yeah.
It started on that, and we were both hella fucked up. It was like at some party, and then we went to the trampoline, and then the party got shut down like while we were in the middle of it.
The cops show up?
Yeah, so we had to leave, and as I'm walking out, like her boyfriend like comes up to me, and me and her boyfriend was a gangbanger.
Wait.
He tried to kill me a bunch of times, but
Like pull a gun on you type
yeah,
shit?
like
Damn.
all the time. All right, just a little bit of advice: do not let a girl cheat on her boyfriend with you if her boyfriend is a gangbanger.
Yeah, probably a bad idea.
In retrospect, it was like super funny, and like all the stories are funny, and like it was kind of fun to always have your life threatened.
It's kind of fun living on the edge.
But in the moment, it was not tight. Like all the time when we were like hooking up, she'd be like, "Oh fuck, Zach, you have to go. Like, blah 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 is coming, and he's gonna shoot you." And I'd be like, "All right."
Can we give him a name? Should we call him James?
Okay, we can call him James.
Big Game James. The opposite of Big Game James.
He was a little guy too, though. And
Oh,
that's why
little
he
game,
always,
little game James.
little game James. That's probably why he was always strapped, is because he couldn't fight.
Oh, okay.
He was one of those kids that was like trying to prove himself.
Oh, he's one of those guys.
Yeah, so-
walk around. See,
Those
walk
guys are
around.
the extra dangerous.
Yeah,
ones,
extra
too,
dangerous
because
ones.
if you like beat the shit out of them, they have no response but to shoot you.
Yeah,
So
that's a good point, Zach. That's a
you
good
don't
point.
want to do that. But yeah, we would be always hooking up, and she'd be like, "You need to go." Like, James said he's coming, and he's gonna fucking shoot you. And I'd be like, "Okay."
So Zach over here lost his virginity to a girl with a boyfriend who threatened his life. Talk about living on the edge.
And we like continued a relationship through like all of high school, and so did they. So it was kind of like a love triangle for like 4 years. Because I guess he just wasn't doing it for her. I don't know. And she would like hit me up and be like, "Hey, you want to risk your life tonight?" And I'd be like,
Sure.
"Fuck it. It's
Fuck
Tuesday
it.
night. I'm not doing anything."
Fuck it. It's Tuesday. Time to risk my life. Damn, I don't really have any gangbanger stories except. Nah, I'm not gonna tell that story. We'll save it for another time. I didn't really get involved with the gangbangers. I was a little smarter than that. Shout out to my mother.
You saying I'm not, bro? You saying I'm stupid?
I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm just saying that you take a little bit of bigger risks than me. I used to take a lot of risks with pills. I was like the pharmacy. I would pop a lot of my mom's Percocets. Pop them at school. Pop them at work.
It would be
But not
easier to
anymore,
say like
though.
where you didn't pop it.
Yeah, it would be a lot easier to say where I didn't pop them. But I'm sober now, so I only take drugs prescribed to me by my psychiatrist.
Shout out to your psychiatrist.
Shout out to my psychiatrist. Great dude, great dude. I think everyone in our generation probably needs a psychiatrist or a therapist, you know?
Yeah, at least somebody to talk to.
At least somebody to talk to, because a little bit of a transition here is to our Gen Z folks. We grew up on the internet. And the
That's
internet...
a fucking gnarly place to be at.
The internet is so fucking gnarly. I got a laptop when I was 10 years old. The first thing I Googled, titties.
Yeah.
The
Naked boobs, girls, XXX.
Yeah, like,
In the Google search, let's ride.
and that's not good for a developing brain. And then when I was 15 years old, my ass was popping acid. You know, the reason why I'm bipolar is because I took so many. The reason why I have bipolar 1 disorder, Zach, is because I took so many drugs and I was in front of screens my whole life.
Yeah.
And once I realized that and knew who I was, I don't spend that much time on my phone anymore, because your phones and the Instagrams and the Facebooks and the Twitters, they're not good for you.
No, it could have been so fucked up for me too, bro. I'm glad I got to like hard drugs later in my life when I was more developed. Like from when I was younger, it was just weed and alcohol. But it was pretty early.
But
too.
think about it, right? To transition to some of our API stories, or our fraternity stories, our unaffiliated fraternity stories,
Non-active members.
non-active members, you were 19.
Yeah.
I was 17. I was 6 months after my 17th birthday doing fucking white powder.
Yeah.
And
No. I mean, no. We weren't doing that.
we would never snort sugar or anything like that.
Upstanding Jewish
Men.
gentlemen.
Hashtag API never dies.
Hashtag API never dies.
The sun never sets on API.
Hashtag Lambda class.
Hashtag Lambda class baby.
Hashtag
you know?
Trevor Hockman.
Hashtag Trevor Hockman. Hashtag Isidore Sherman, you know?
What did we call him? He had a nickname.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And he hated it.
He hated it. I don't remember. What a surprise. I don't remember something. Funny story. One time we convinced Isidore.
Ticador.
Ticador!
Ticador snaps.
Ticador
That's
snaps,
so
bro.
funny.
Why do we call him Ticador snaps? Oh, because this motherfucker is like, I've taken the biggest snaps ever. Like, the biggest snaps ever. Like, full bowl snaps. We give him a tiny little snap, and he starts barfing. So we called him Ticador snaps. So we convinced Ticador snaps that we have to spray him with a fire extinguisher. And then we take out the fire extinguisher in the fraternity house and just spray
Douse him,
the
dude.
fuck out of him.
It looked like a winter
We
wonderland. in
fucked
that
up.
bitch.
It looked like a fucking winter wonderland.
How did no one stop us? It wasn't even. No one even was like, "Hey, don't do that." Everyone was kind of. I guess it was mob mentality. They were like, "Fucking do it."
Everyone was just like, well, I guess we're gonna spray Ticador snaps with a fire extinguisher, and we sprayed the fuck out of him. We made the entire upstairs like a winter wonderland. Us pledges ended up cleaning it up,
Of course.
but it was fucking hilarious. Another thing me and Zach used to do is we had to set up for the parties because Zach only stayed in college for 6 months. He only stayed there for the first semester, and I stayed in college. I'm still in college, but our fraternity died out after
we left.
After we left because we were the only people who did anything. And it would be like Tuesday nights, and they would make us set up for parties. No one else would help. It would just be us, and we'd go into this little room called the pledge room on Tuesdays, take out our sugar.
Tuesdays.
On a
Let me
fucking
reiterate. Tuesday, 5 p.m.
Tuesday, 5 p.m. Be at the house. Okay. Every time they told us to be at the house, me and Zach said,
Yeah.
okay,
I'm there.
We're there.
I'm literally just sitting in my dorm room, not high on drugs right now. I'll be there.
So we would go, take out our sugar, go to the pledge room, use our fucking sugar, and next thing we know, we'd set up the whole party in 2 hours.
Yeah, it'd be done pretty quick.
We were menaces.
So unhealthy, man.
So unhealthy. We had sock offs. Oh my goodness. Do you remember the gas chamber night?
Yeah.
Bro, the gas
The fucking
chamber
song
night.
that was playing.
Oh my
Mister
goodness.
is a good white man.
Mister is a good white man.
God bless Zimbabwe.
God bless Zimbabwe. These songs were ingrained into our head. You know,
Mr. Smith is a murderer.
Mr. Smith is a murderer.
Dude, look up Mr. Smith in Zimbabwe. I think is what it's called. And it's fucking insane. And they were like, do you guys know what this is? They didn't even know what it is. And they weren't going to stop the event until we guessed like the song or some shit. They didn't even know what the song was. Like, what the fuck?
It was so much fun. You know, like, the one thing API did for us, well, it did a lot of good for us, but it really gave us a brother mentality.
Yeah.
You know, like, think about our relationships, Zach. Like, we were really close and really good friends during our pledge semester, and then we both went off in our separate ways, and 3 years later, I'm in California, and I hit you up, and we're best friends. You know, we're best friends. We're Roo Guan, Roo Boy. Brothers for life, man. Ba, 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 ba.
It's because like they were taking themselves so seriously in the pledge events, and we were just laughing at them. Because it's like what we were talking about earlier. We've been through some shit, bro. Like, so people were yelling in our face, like, "Fucking drink pussy," or like whatever the fuck they would say, and we'd be like, "Fuck, get out of my face, dude!"
Get out of my face.
Remember we were driving to Tahoe, and Lauren was like yelling at us, and we were just laughing at him. He kept trying and trying and trying.
He was trying to tell us because we were supposed to be quiet, but we were in the back.
Nobody talk.
Shut up. We were in the back of a car drinking,
Yes.
and our chaser was Nutella. So we're sitting there chugging vodka, shoving Nutella down our throats, and me and Zach are just dying laughing, just spewing our garbage.
And he's getting so
and this
pressed.
guy,
He's getting so mad.
Bro, this guy was like 28 years old, still in a fraternity. Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing, man? And he's yelling at us. He's like, shut up. And we said, no.
We were just laughing at it, dude.
We were like, hell no. Because me and Zach in high school, we were very similar. You know, we got involved with the kids who did drugs. We did a bunch of hood rat shit. So when we went to a fraternity and they told us to drink, or not told us, when we were drinking and when we were getting yelled at to do push-ups, we were like, bruh, this shit ain't close. Like Zach was like, this shit ain't close to football practice. I was like, this shit ain't close to having lacrosse practice. You know, we challenged ourselves in high school, so when people try to challenge us, it was the funniest shit in the world.
I think people just take themselves too seriously too, and like I'm not one of those people. I'm not gonna be like, I need to do these fucking whatever. When they made us put our head on the floor.
What did he call him? What did Dickmonger call him?
But
what did he call him, bro?
I don't remember. But that shit was hilarious to me.
So basically what we had to do is you got to put your hands behind your back and you got to get on your knees and you got to snow caps?
No.
No.
It was like a concentration.
Think it's.
Think
Let's see if I can do one for you on this table. No, I can't do it.
No,
So basically you put your knees on the ground.
the only points of contact are your forehead and your two knees.
And your two knees and you got to
and you're on
balance.
like a linoleum floor.
And all the blood be rushing to your head. And me and Zach will be doing them, and the rest of our pledge class, like Ticador Snaps, will be sitting there screaming, crying, and me and Zach are laughing. We're like, this is hilarious. Imagine you walk in a room, you just see a bunch of motherfuckers with their noses into the ground. It was so much fun. It was so funny. But what AEPI did for us is it gave us the Jewish brother mentality, because all Jews are brothers, you know, and Zach didn't have this as much as I did, but I knew a lot of kids in the bigger fraternities that we know. So I could have joined the other fraternities, or I could have, but I think I could have, right? If I would have put my full foot forward and
you're a diamond
in the rough,
no,
right?
You've been discovered, buddy. You're sober now.
I'm sober now.
You're nice and shiny.
If I really put my full foot forward, I think I could have got into some of the bigger fraternities. But what I wanted to do, because I'm Jewish, because my name is Menachem, is I wanted to join the Jewish fraternity. And I wore that shit with pride. Dude, I was the fans of Heart to Heart, I was the Harry Potter pledge. My ass would wake up every morning and draw a Harry Potter scar on my face everywhere I go. Correct or incorrect?
That is correct.
Did I ever not have a Harry Potter scar?
Nope.
And I held a fucking stick as a wand. And it was genius. Every girl talked to me. All my professors were like, what the fuck's on your face? I would say, I don't know, some fraternity shit. But what it did for me is it put me in the mob mentality mindset, is like, I belong to a bureaucratic organization. I belong to a structure. That's why I'm so hard-nosed and I'm so straight to the point, because we had a wonderful pledge master, a wonderful pledge dad by the name of Dickmonger. Shout out Joseph Perry. Shout out Joseph Perry. He's an awesome dude, a good kid with a kind heart. Awesome guy. But what he did for us is he made us hard-nosed motherfucking Jews. He made us unapologetic, funny motherfucking men. And I have nothing but the best to say to him. I wish he was here right now.
Yeah, I do too. I think I was pretty hard-nosed motherfucker before I came in.
I was a little soft, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, but when it came down to, like, when we were about to fight that group of like 30 people,
that was so funny.
You were the only person to have my back.
So Zach, right? We're walking back from a pledge event on Friday night, and people start talking shit to us, and Zach don't take shit. So Zach runs.
No. Let me tell this.
Lay the story.
So we had a pledge event, and we're walking back to our house, and there's this kid in our pledge class named Nate.
Oh my god.
And I mean, dude
God bless his soul.
He had a sweetheart. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but like, he was a little overweight, had like thicker glasses, kind of like these glasses, right? Thick glasses.
Awesome guy.
But had a great heart. So he's in front of us, and we're walking back. And what was the fraternity, the big one on campus?
ATO.
Their whole pledge class. So our pledge class was like 6 people, and theirs was like 30 people.
And mind you, this was in like 2017, so we don't have beef with these guys. It was just like pledge on pledge action.
No. They're just hoes individually. But
I like some of the ATO. Shout out Luke Navarro. And Alex Padilla. And Chase Johnston.
But they were walking back to their house, which is up the hill, and they start like yelling at Nate, calling him like fat and like just being dicks. And I was like, hell no, like
hell no.
And I felt like I had to defend him, like he was my brother at that point. And so I'd start pressing up on him. I was like, fuck y'all, what the fuck you talking about? Like, you're not gonna talk to my friend that way.
Hell, not only you're not gonna talk to my friend that way, you ain't gonna talk to my brother like that.
Right. And so I started walking up toward them, expecting to have like my pledge class backing me up and shit. So I'm talking hella shit. I'm like, my name's Zach Lewin. I live in room whatever in Nye Hall. Like, come see me. Come run my face. Like, I will fuck you up.
Zach was ready to go Kung Fu Chung Lee fucking 30 on one.
I got my shit fucked up. It was 30 of them and one of me. But
it was 2 of us.
Well, yeah. And then I turn around and it's just him behind me. And the rest of my pledge class is just like hella far back.
My little Jewish ass is like this. I got my hands in front of me. I'm like, Zach, what are we doing?
But the thing is, people who yell in groups like that are not about the press. Like, if you press someone like that, they will be quiet because they're in a group and they'll keep walking, and that's what they did. I knew they weren't going to fight me. That's why I was
Hell
pressing them so
no,
hard.
because at the end of the day, when you're in with a group of 30 people, you think you're macho, man, because you got 30 dudes behind you, right? That's in like college bars, right? They're like, hey, you want to fight,
Hold
bro?
me back, hold me
Hold me
back.
back,
Yeah.
hold me back. Hold me back's the stupidest thing ever, because if you're really hard, you say, hey, let's go
Whoop
outside.
his ass.
I'll fucking whoop your ass and I'll come back inside. But my mom mentality, I got to defend my brother. I saw my one brother, Nate, getting verbally assaulted. Zach said, hey, fuck no, you ain't touching that guy. And my ass said, hey, no, you ain't fucking with Zach. We were literally 30-on-2, squared up. We were ready. Zach's talking shit, chest out. I'm just sitting behind him with my hands up. I'm like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing. And I'm not a fighter. My name, Menachem Leib, means comfort heart. I'm a pacifist. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I don't like to fight either.
Nobody likes to fight. But when you press one of our brothers, we're coming after you.
Yeah, it's just a behavior that was unacceptable.
Unfucking acceptable.
They were just awesome. And obviously no one came to my room. I gave them my room number and my hall, and no one came.
We in the 4 or 5 months we spent together in college, we literally became brothers.
And what's his face got mad at us too. One of the board members of the fraternity.
Oh,
was
Baron.
Was like,
We're calling him Baron.
and he
No
was,
relation to Colton Baron. Shout out Colton Baron.
I
Say
almost
shout
got,
out
like,
Colton Baron.
Shout out Colton Baron. I almost got like kicked out too because they were like, "What are you doing? Like, you can't be fighting." And I was like, I wasn't like fighting. I wasn't like picking a fight. I was like defending someone. What the fuck are you talking about?
This fraternity was built up of a bunch of softies and me, Zach, and Joe. We were the hardest motherfuckers there. We were ready to go at all times. We're like, no one's fucking with us. We're Jews.
It's not even like that either. Like, I'm not like looking for a fight anytime.
No,
But
we're
if
not
someone
looking
steps
for
to
a
me,
fight.
like, I'm not gonna just let somebody step to me like that.
This is an amazing episode of Heart to Heart. We've been 55 minutes, nothing. Like, it's easy.
Oh yeah, we're just
Easy.
chatting.
We're just chatting, baby. Chatting with the boys. So before
Kick
we...
that ass out.
Oh.
I should have done that on camera. I'm sorry.
Damn, Daniel. A little transition over here is some Jewish Bible study that I was doing. And I found something out pretty crazy in the Bible. This book is Bereshit, otherwise known as Genesis, the first book in the Bible. And do you know of something called Gematria? You ever heard of it? Grammatica? Gematria?
Not really, no.
So basically, where numbers came from is Hebrew letters, right? So the Bible, right, was written in Hebrew, and every letter in the Bible has a specific number it belongs to, right? So the first, if you guys can see over here, the first word in the Bible is Bereshis, and it means in the beginning. The B is in the, and Reshis, I think Resh is beginning. Rosh is actually head, but it translates to in the beginning. So the first verse of the Bible in Hebrew is Bereshis bara Elokim es hashamayim ve'es haaretz. In the beginning of God creating the earth and the heavens. The Christian Bible, the modern day Christian Bible translates to in the beginning there was God in the heavens and God in the earth, right? So the first letter of the Bible is a Beis, and it's the second letter in the Hebrew alphabet. You following? What's the first letter? Aleph, right? And the reason why God created the Bible with the Beis and not an Aleph is because he wanted the people to know that Aleph is one, Hashem, right? The number for Aleph is 1, and the number for Beis is 2, right? So the world, the people, are number 2, but the Aleph of the world is God. You following?
Mm-hmm.
The second letter of the Bible is a Resh, which translates to the English letter R. And the Grammatica, the Gematria for Resh is 200. So what I figured out is this. Well, this is the part that I figured out is in the end. What is 2 times 200?
400.
And how many years were the Jews in exile the first time when we were wandering Egypt and we were slaves and all that bullcrap?
Survey says 400.
400 years. And if you use
all that bullcrap.
the first time we were slaves. And if you use the basic distributive property of math, and you take 1 0 over from the 200 and move it to the Beis side, what do you get?
20.
20 times 20 is still
200.
400. 20 times 20 is
That's
still...
what I was testing him.
Gotcha. 20 times 20 is still 400, but the number that you get is 2020. Think about how fucked up the year 2020 was, right? But in
2020 was a pretty good year for me.
pretty good year for him. Not really good for this guy. I wanted to kill myself in 2020.
I found myself in 2020.
Yeah, I also found myself in 2020, right? But in the beginning of the Bible, God told us in the beginning of 2020 there was God in the heavens and God in the earth, right? In the beginning, January, the first couple days were normal, right? And then
Kobe died.
Kobe died. I don't remember the exact date. Let's look it up.
I think it was like January 8th, I want to say. Maybe later. Maybe like 12th. Or it could be later in January because I feel like there would be
think it's
an
like the
anniversary.
24th.
Yeah.
26. I was
Wow.
close. I said 24th,
That's
right?
crazy. That's coming up.
Yeah, coming up. Coming up in
That's crazy. That's
coming up in 2 days, right?
I watched his Dear Basketball documentary.
Oh
like
my
when he
gosh.
died, I was
oh my gosh,
leaking,
oh my gosh.
dude.
We're
I
gonna
was
have a
leaking.
whole nother podcast episode about Kobe Bryant, right? So in the beginning of 2020, for the first 23 days, the world was relatively normal, and then January 26th, January 26th hit, and Kobe died, and then a month later we got the coronavirus, and the world went to shit. And it's my belief that God was trying to tell us that with the first two letters of the Bible. He was trying to tell us that again, the world is going to get fucked up in 2020 because the people think that they control the world. But who controls the world?
Big oil.
I thought you were going to say Jeff Bezos. But in reality, the thing that controls the world is the man upstairs. Look at this beautiful sky. God controls the world, and God tried to tell us that in the beginning of 2020 there will be heavens and the earth. And then the second verse is V'ha'aretz ha'yasa tehu v'hu v'choshech el panei tehum v'ruach. When the earth was bewilderment and void, with darkness over the surface of the deep, and the breath of God was hovering upon the surface of the waters. Right? God is talking about him creating the world. And then in 2020, the world got dark. Right? We had the coronavirus. We were locked up in our home. Businesses had to be shut down. But magically, at the end of 2020, the vaccine was created. What an amazing thing. People don't understand, Zach, how impossible it is for the COVID to happen and a vaccine be created in the same year. I think it's because they already had the coronavirus in the labs. But conversation for another time. The Bible, Bereshit, Hashem, our Lord in heaven, told us everything that was going to happen by the first word. What do you think about that? My Bible study that I came up with.
I think that you should say for the record where you were when you came up with this study.
The mental hospital. I had a lot of time on my hands, guys.
That being said, I can't knock the hustle.
Right?
I can't knock the hustle.
Right? It was an amazing thing I figured out. And when I figured this out, I got goosebumps all over my body. My heart rate...
That might have been the Vyvanse.
I wasn't on Vyvanse at the time. I was just on Ambien and Ativan.
Okay.
I got goosebumps all over my body. I was like, what the hell? Why am I the first person to figure this out? What the hell is going on? And then I knocked on the door, like the pharmacy door at the mental hospital. I said, give me my Ativan, give me my Ativan. They're like, what? They're like, why? What's going on? I said, I think I just figured out the whole world.
I need to calm down.
And when you say that in the mental hospital, I think you figured out the whole world. They just give you drugs. It's hilarious.
They're like, oh, we've heard this one before.
We've heard this
Double
one
his
before.
medication.
But I've been on my pills again, thank God. I love my pills for about 2.5 months. And I've sat down and I've talked about this with some rabbis. And they said, whoa, Menachem, that's really cool. So now I'm telling you guys this, right? The Bible, the first 5 books of Moses, is the blueprint for life. And you can find little things and little nuggets. Because through my trials and tribulations, right? Through being bipolar, through getting diagnosed, from wanting to kill myself, from being in the psychiatric ward twice. Not once,
2 times.
twice. But Menachem, still here. 2 times I've been put on a 5150. For those of you who don't know what, of you who don't know what a 5150 is the California government, if you're going insane, can hold you against your will. Which, like,
if you pose harm to yourself or
if
others,
you pose harm to yourself or others,
there's a gray area there. It's kind of hard.
It is. It's
you
kind
can
of hard.
5150 someone if you're a parent, which is fucked up.
Yeah, which is really fucked up. But it was good for me because I needed to get my kepi, my rosh, on straight.
That's head.
Rosh, like Rosh Hashanah. And now that it's on straight, I get to hang out with my brother Zach. We get to film this podcast, enjoy the beautiful sky, sit in the Pasadena Park. Everyone, by the way, has been just fucking eyeing us down.
Bro, you talk about levels though, like not too long ago, like 3 years ago, we were in a fucking 4x6 room fucking busting lines of Coke
No,
on a Tuesday.
white sugar.
Busting lines of white sugar on a Tuesday. And now we are completely sober, chilling in a beautiful park on a nice Sunday afternoon. The Rose Bowl's right behind us. That's the Rose Bowl right there.
There it is, the granddaddy of them all.
A nice evolution.
So, to wrap up, 1, embrace the pain.
Yeah.
Zach has had pain of his dad walking out on him. I've had pain of a verbally abusive stepfather. Embrace the motherfucking pain.
And also something you should say about pain too is like, pain is pain no matter what the extreme is. Someone might be going through cancer. That's an extreme pain. And that's something that's unfathomable to me. And I've been through pain myself. Pain could be anything that you define it as, man. Like, don't minimize your pain just because someone else's might be a little greater. Pain is pain and something to get through. Fucking lean into that shit, man.
Patrick Beverly, he lived in his car for 2 years. He was homeless. And he said when he would sprain his bum ankle, he wouldn't take the painkillers. Why? Because you got to embrace the hurt. You got to wear your pain on your sleeve. Dude, I went insane. I spent like $20,000 in a month. And you know, like, I got angry.
It's probably a pretty fun month, though. Huh?
Oh, my God. It was a really fun month. I had 3 girlfriends. Like 2.5. I don't think they knew that they were my girlfriends, though.
Man, you're sober now. You're sober.
Right? But I got through it. I got put in a psychiatric ward for 12 days. Do you know what it's like to be in a psychiatric ward for 12 days? No, you don't, because you've never been there. So many crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah.
One guy randomly starts yelling that I called him the N-word. I said, "Whoa, buddy, you can't be doing that." And then the nurses come over and they're like, "Did you call him that? Did you call him that?" I'm like, "Hell no. I'm in a mental hospital. I ain't trying to get my ass whooped." Because if I actually said that to him, he would have just started wailing on me. But instead, he'd rather cry and cry and cry. And I was like, "Guys, you got to get this dude out of here." And then they got him out of here, right? So in this year of 2020, I went through it all. I enjoyed my first month. Kobe died, my heart, my soul, my king. I grew up watching Kobe. He died. The coronavirus happened. I wanted to hurt myself, but I didn't because everything's a test from God. And the year 2020 came on the 31st. I moved out of my residential treatment center into my sober living home, and it's amazing. And now I'm moving back to the city of Las Vegas. Las Vegas means meadows, the city of meadows by the end of the week. I'm sitting with my brother in the beautiful Pasadena Rose Bowl Park, and it's amazing, right? Yeah. The last thing I'm going to say to you guys is get off your fucking phones. Social media is toxic. Enjoy the world.
Yep. There'll always be another day unless you decide there won't be. Keep pushing.
Keep pushing. Keep moving forward.
Keep pushing.
Ain't no stress on me, Lord. Keep moving forward. Shout out to you, Heart to Heart. This is my brother, Zach. He will be coming back.
We'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon. We're going to do an episode on Kobe and football and sports.
And sprained ankles.
I
fucked up my ankle real
Can you
bad,
think
guys.
You could show it to him?
Nah, I don't want to take my shoe off, but it's purple. Just imagine a purple ankle.
Trust him. Okay, love you guys. Peace. Peace in the Middle East. Peace in the Middle East. Peace.